What up? It's your boy T-Burn Reaction. Today is Music Monday. So we're gonna get into a video from the homie L Train from Lubrication as well too. Though we don't get into some of this earlier videos we check as well too. Though and we take a look at a dynamic production duo that shaped the music of the 2000s with a dynamic, unique sounds well too, and one half of them is still doing his thing as a producer as well too. Though that's nothing. The Neptunes that consists of Pharrell, William, and Chad Hugo as well too. So we're gonna take a look at from Luke Christian, the Neptune's blueprint, how Pharrell and Chad, I'm not even how you pronounce it, Chad, shaped 2000 music. Let's get it.
From the late 90s through to the 2000s, the Neptunes, Pharrell Williams and Chad Hugo, crafted a sound that dominated the airwaves. At their peak in 2023, one study found that nearly 20% of songs on British radio and a staggering 47% of songs on American radio were produced by the duo. In this video, we'll explore their journey from high school bandmates to GOAT-level producers, break down their signature sound, and finally show you how to create your own Neptunes-inspired track. First of all, though, let's take it all the way back to the beginning. Pharrell and Chad's musical journey started in Virginia Beach in the late 1980s, and they first met at a 7th grade summer band camp. Pharrell on the drums, Chad on the tenor sax. Instantly clicking, they both then attended Princess Anne High School, where they were both part of the school's marching band, the Fabulous Marching Cavaliers.
Your high school band is on our platform.
Nice.
But for both of them, band wasn't really scratching their ears.
It's crazy, I'll get them out of these super producers like him, Dallas Austin, in which this, if you may not know, Drumline is like a loose base of his life in a way as well too, and a good amount of others as they stuff in the brain as well too. Now, I mean, first you got people that start in like churches and all that, but there's some who actually started in high school bands, marching bands, etc. You may never know. It's crazy. That is.
And the two decided to start making music.
Never this band camp for any. Never is this a band player, a marching band player, or a band camp ever, because one day you could be a super producer or you can get in on a band camp. You know what I mean? Shout out to American Pie. You stop.
Music outside of school, and before long they teamed up with another Virginia Beach native, Timothy Mosley, now known as Timbaland, and they formed a group called Surrounded by Idiots, or SBI, and were also joined by future Timbaland collaborator Magoo.
Yep. Yeah, I happened to came across this recently though.
And although this group didn't last long, the seeds for what was going to happen later had already been planted. However, their big break came in 1991 when they performed at a high school talent show, which was attended by legendary producer Teddy Riley.
And that's how they got noticed. Yup, him.
I wrote down to the judges, you're going to pick these guys right over here, the Neptunes.
And his studio was just down the street from the school. And Riley saw something special in the duo and gave them their first shot, leading Pharrell to co-write Riley's verse on Wreck Effects' classic Rump Shaker.
Ooh.
Pharrell was the guy
to
write my rap.
Nice.
Like, I could put something together, That's
See, I knew about that part. I knew about him working with Teddy on low. He does because he knows the SWV on Right Here remix. That's him right there doing that voice. But still, wow.
Rump Shaker was. So he went, we're going to do a little like this. Jiggity, it's Teddy. Ready to put 1, 2, Rex and effects is in effects, but I'm the record on the track.
When that song dropped in 1992, it became a massive hit, marking the first real moment in the industry for the duo. And between 92 and 98, they were in the studio just refining their skills. After the success of Rump Shaker, they continued to work with Teddy Riley, contributing to Blackstreet's track Tonight's the Night in 94. And during this period, they were experimenting with lots of different sounds, trying to find their own signature. And in 1997, they produced Looking at Me by rapper Mace.
Hit you with the ice grill,
It's crazy. I knew about a year later that was them, and I had the album too. I guess I looked at them not thinking about who they are, but yeah, because the first one I came across them on was more about it was Noriega, because they mentioned Neptunes though, because I thought most of the main stuff was produced by Bad Boys in like Diddy and most of the in-house or production group of Bad Boys, the hit, what's it called, the Hitmen I think it's called, but not knowing it was them though. It was Pharrell that did that song till later,
hint further at this future sound. But it was 98 where they really made their big break, producing the iconic Super Thug by North.
Yup. This is it's the first one I heard by them, yeah. Knew it was them.
And that track propelled them into the spotlight, leading to collaborations with the likes of Khalees and paving the way to future dominance. And beyond all their production, they decided to form a band called NERD with their childhood friend Shay Haley. And this allowed them to experiment with rock, funk, and hip-hop all together. Throughout the early 2000s, you couldn't turn the radio on without hearing a track either produced or written by the Neptunes.
Facts,
and their credits list reads like a who's who of the music industry, with the likes of Jay-Z, Usher, Nelly, Busta Rhymes, and Justin Timberlake, to name a few. I think that one of the most important things to remember about their production is simplicity is key. In so many of their biggest songs, there's only a few elements that make up the beat. However, the production feels absolutely massive. Let's take Clips' Grinding, for example. It's essentially just a kick, a clap, percussion, and one lead synth.
The ultimate lunch table banger right there. If you know, you know.
Getting one of the most well-known beats in hip-hop history. And all of these sounds come from the Korg Triton, which they were using extensively at the time. Another thing that makes a Neptunes beat instantly recognizable, and probably a precursor to producer tags, is their distinctive 4-count intro.
Yup.
Almost all of their beats had it at the time, acting as a signature to let you know what was coming next. And another defining characteristic of the Neptunes production is their beautiful, lush bridges. And in my opinion, this is the sound that's had the biggest...
Yes, the little bridges they do. Oh, yes. They do. I love it. Yes.
Impact on modern production. And you can especially hear it in someone like Tyler, the Creator. Who's
That's the other reason why I love Tyler's beats. Because of that, though. He has the little bridge breakdown sound and how he does the sound. I just realized, I never thought about he said it, that some of his sound do look like influenced by Pharrell. You know, Pharrell is like a big brother to him too. So yeah, that is facts right there.
Times about how much their music impacted his sound.
It was Easter of 2002, and I heard the song "Tape You" from In Search Of on the radio. I was like, "What the f is this? Is the greatest song I ever heard." And Run to the Sun came on, and it was for sure Power 106, and I was like, "This is the craziest shit I ever heard." Then I finally found out that those two songs were by the same band. Right. And ever since I found out who that was, I've been a stan.
Back in 2013, he called Frontin' the greatest song of all time. And in 2023, doubled down on that, saying the bridge changed the trajectory of his life. So what is it that makes this bridge so special? It's the complete shift in feel. The verse is built in smooth major ninth chords, keeping things hypnotic and laid back.
They did the bridge too. The bridge, right?
But when the bridge hits,
yes, here we go.
Everything, switching to minor ninth chords and changing them every bar instead of every two.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not just the harmony, the groove changes too. The bass moves to a syncopated salsa-inspired rhythm.
Like a little breakdown a little bit.
While the Rhodes piano jumps up an octave, giving it a more music box-like sound. And on top of that, Pharrell's closed mic signature breathing adds an extra layer of intimacy, pulling the listener in even further. So now we've broke down some of their iconic tracks, let's try and make a beat inspired by their style. And obviously the first place we need to start with this is with the Korg Triton plugin. First thing I did was start with the percussion, and I used the percussion kit in the Triton plugin and played everything in by hand to give it that natural groove. And I also panned different elements left and right to give them their own space.
Oh, okay. Okay.
After that, I added a shaker and an open hat, and the shaker had a little bit of delay to give it some movement. Next, I wanted to come up with an interesting melody, so I pulled up the Stratochrome guitar preset and played in this funky riff.
Yep, that sounded like that sound. Can't even sound like
And on top of that, I played in a simple bass line that just followed the chords. Along with some subtle Rhodes chord stabs just to fill things out.
Yeah, the Rose. Yeah, the Rose.
And then for the second half of the verse, or the chorus, I brought in 2 separate lead lines. One was a bell sound, and the other was a more sustained lead. And with those, again, I panned them slightly to the left and the right, just to give them their own space. And this is what the whole verse, chorus section sounded like all together.
Hey!
Now moving on to the bridge, I really wanted to switch up the mood, just
Uh-oh,
like
here
the
we go.
Neptunes doing their tracks.
How you do it?
And I used the strings patch to bring the emotion, and I changed up the chords completely. I then added 2 more lead parts. There was a clav playing some chord stabs with delay, and then a bell sound playing some more strummy sounding chords.
Nice.
And there's also a main lead part in there, and for that I took inspiration from the Robin S track Show Me Love.
Crystal. He was sitting there totally wrong. Glad he corrected this up, but still, I've done it plenty of time on my videos, so yeah.
And I kind of replayed that melody, but switched it up a little bit.
Nice. Can we now let's put it all together.
Other than that, it's just a new bass line and the same drums. And when we put all of that together, this is
Let's
what it
get it.
sounds like.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Hey. This is a beat show, I ain't live. Ooh.
Didn't just make hits, they changed the way we think about production. Their signature sound was built on simplicity but full of innovation, and that's why it still feels so fresh today. And you can hear their DNA in so many of today's artists, from Tyler the Creator to Frank Ocean and more. Before I let you guys go though, if you're looking for any inspiration to start your next track, you can check out my sample packs Soul Food and Secret Sauce, both filled with song starters to chop and inspire your next beat. And if you're a beat maker or a producer, I've just started my own Discord channel, a great space.
Alright, so yeah, this was a good little video to look at as well too, though. And you think about it, dude, it sounds definitely simple as well too. And you think about it, just how good it sounds. Because sometimes, like I said, simplicity is great. Sometimes how your sound come out afterwards as well too. You know what I mean, along with some good mixing and you know how to make it sound great, it's all that counts. Other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.